Hello everybody and welcome! Thank you so much for getting a reading from me during stream. I'm gonna go ahead and do your private readings the same day because, oh my goodness, my little live just decided to end on its own. I'm sorry about that, but I hope that is worth the wait, and I do hope you enjoyed this stream, even though I didn't quite get to you. Alright! Your timestamps are in the description below, and remember, you're psychic too. The future can change as well, and let's get into it. I'll see you guys there. I'll see you. Timestamps in the description. See you there. Hi, Sona. How are you? Thank you for trusting me. It's good to see you back. You wrote, "Hi, Ron. I'd like some insight on how the next few months are gonna look." Thank you. Yeah. Let's see. Let's pull for the next few months. What does Spirit want you to know? And let me do a little thank you, actually. Thank you very much to my guides and Sona's guides for aiding us in this reading. Thank you. Thank you to my tarot deck. Looks like we already have cards that want to come out. Ooh, 8 of Pentacles. The Moon. It looks to me that we're in this moment of confusion, questioning. We're a bit in the dark. It's almost like you're having a hard time feeling safe enough to make decisions without the input of people around you. But later you're gonna have the opinions of others really surround you, and I think that you're gonna, yeah, you know what it feels like to me? It's like, oh, mom says I should do this, dad said I should do this though, but my brother says I should do this, and well, my best friend thinks that that's a bad idea, and da-da-da-da, and then all of a sudden you realize, well, they're gonna love me no matter what I choose. And so you're gonna have this energy of, I need to put down everyone's advice and just do what feels right for me. And if I make a mistake, then that's okay. Because I see somebody trying really hard to sort of save you from making a big mistake. And they mean well, they care about you, but it feels a bit confusing. It's like, how am I supposed to think for myself if I'm constantly being fed the ideas of another, or like the life path of someone else, or da-da-da. But I do see you investing in the next month or so into something that is just purely because you want to do it, because you feel like it's best for you. You feel like it's a good path for you. And it starts to become a new normal. So for example, let's say that you wanted to be an online artist, and this is an example. So you start your Instagram and you're posting every couple days, and then you realize, I should probably do research to figure out how to make this actually work for me. And so despite all odds and despite what other people are advising you to do, you do your own research and you figure out what works for specifically you, and what you want to share, and what you want to grow and to tend to and to create, and it gives back to you. So I'm seeing growth specifically on having like more eyes on you, more people paying attention to you, more people interested in what you're up to and what you're sharing, and it feels very empowering. Now, it's interesting because all of a sudden, we're having more eyes. People are noticing us. And it's fun. We're excited, but it's going to trigger something you weren't expecting. And that's going to be insecurity. Is this enough? What if they think this about me? Well, I posted this sad thing. What if they think I'm vague posting about someone? Or, it could even be like I'm not being supported by the people I care about. But I'm supported by these other people, but they don't understand. My family doesn't understand. They're not in this world. This world is very different from what they're used to. But I think that despite it, you'll reach some goals. I think that once again, you're going to be praised, but it's hard because you're not being praised by the people you want the praise from, which I think is like like your family or your best friend or something like this, because there's something about family. I just want to say that. And now the good news is I'm not trying to say like, oh my gosh, you're gonna be famous in a couple months. I don't know what it is that you're up to. You know, maybe you're starting like a job and your parents are like, oh, don't do that job, that's a waste of time. Or you know, there's just something like this where we feel like we've been trying to make everyone happy for too long, and you just decide for yourself, well, I'm just gonna do it, and I don't have to tell them. You know, they don't have to know. That's not their business. And it actually starts to work out for us. And I think that later down the line, you know, maybe not right now, I don't see it now, but maybe in like 6 months, maybe in like a year, you're gonna have to try to get your family to understand you without needing the evidence that you can do it. Like explaining to them that I just need you to support me. I don't need your advice. I don't need your warnings. I don't need, if I fail, all I need is for you to catch me when I fall and support me and tell me that I can do anything. And I think that'll give you a lot of solace, give you a lot of confidence. And it doesn't have to be like just your family. It could be your partner. It could be your best friend. It's, you know, it's somebody you're very, very, very close to and you care about a lot. So that's what's coming in the next couple months. Okay. That's what I see, Sona. I hope that you like that. Thank you very much. Good luck with everything you're endeavoring. And remember that you're never alone and you are loved. See you later. Bye-bye. Hi there, Cat. What's up? You said, what do my guides want me to know? Reading things H2O Cup. Thank you. I'm not on TikTok, so we'll watch, but oh, okay, sure, yeah. All right, Cat, let's see what we have for you. Thank you for trusting me, as I always say with your reading. I do hope that it resonates, and we'll see what you got. Let's see what you got. What do your guides want you to know? Let's see. Ten of Cups. Seven of Swords. And the Four Cups. Okay. Well, number one, I feel like it should go like this, actually. Number one, they want you to meditate more. Okay, now listen. I think what they're saying to you is, well, number one, they're always with you. They're always with you. They're present. They're helping. They're not ignoring you. And it's all right if you need messages, if you need signs, if you need like proof that they're there. They're not mad at you for doubting them. They're not mad at you for being afraid of them. They're not upset that you aren't communicating with them regularly. There's nothing like that there, okay? And that's a very loud and clear message, because there's some sort of illusion, there's some sort of fear, there's regret, there's an energy of, I don't feel good, I don't feel proud of myself. And it's in regards to like your connection to them, or your connection to your spirit, connection to the universe, this energy of, I know that I'm more, but I doubt myself. And to an extent, I think that you fear yourself, because having that much responsibility to use your power for what is for your highest good, but not having the confidence to even know what your highest good is really hard to navigate. And they acknowledge that, they understand, they get that life is confusing, and if you need a sign from them, that's okay. I will say that they want to remind you that any moment, any single moment you think of them, you need them, you pray to them, you dream about them, they are there. And this includes your ancestors, so passed on loved ones. This includes your passed on pets. They're present. And I say this because they do want you to kind of connect with them through meditation more, if you can. Your mind is very powerful. So the more that you actively imagine the more likely you are to have prophetic dreams, the more likely you are to have these like manifestations come forward quicker. And if you want to connect with them, just imagining that they're there is very powerful. And that is them. You know, don't try to analyze it. Don't try to confuse yourself and say that you're just making it up, because that isn't true. Especially for a pet. You know, I don't know if you have any passed on pets, or if you're very connected to a specific animal, but I was really, really drawn to the bird and the death card, which is why I had mentioned like passed on loved ones and pets. So, okay, now, other than that, talk a little bit more in the physical. The Knight of Pentacles is slow and steady wins the race. The King of Pentacles is making very wise decisions for your future. And the Prince of Swords is like figuring it out as I go. You know, I gotta swing the sword if I want to learn how to do it properly. So I might drop it, you know, I might cut myself here and there, but that's all in the process of learning. So just know that, number one, life might seem a bit slow, but it's gonna pick up and become really known to you just how much progress you really have made in this next couple years. Because there's something about the next couple years feeling very slow, feeling like you know, where did the time go? At the same time, it's I want to say that it's like there's a lot happening, but there's not a lot happening at the same time. Maybe you're used to a very chaotic life. Maybe you're used to a life that is just intense and full of unwanted things, or full of things that you couldn't expect, or full of adrenaline, or full of exciting things, you know, stuff like that. The next couple years feels like, to me, that we're approaching things with the intention of finding a long-term solution. You know, it could have to do with your health. It could have to do with like what you're doing for work. It could have to do with where you live. It's very, very physical. You know, it has to do with your safety and your body. At the end of the day, right? The reason we work is because we want food. You know, the reason that we want money is so that we can have housing, you know, stuff like this. So it begins with the body. And so we're going on this journey of feeling strong in our body. I'm so sorry, I'm like swallowing a lot. I'm really thirsty. It happens when I do these readings. You know, spirit demands electrolytes. It's really interesting. Every psychic I've talked to, they're like, yeah, dude, like, I just dehydrate like it's no tomorrow, so sorry about that. But yeah, that's all they wanted you to know, Sandra Cat. I hope that helps you. Good luck with everything you're endeavoring, and remember that you're never alone, and you are loved. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. Hi there, V. Thank you so much for getting a reading from me on stream. I'm so sorry that I didn't get to you there, but we're here now. And you wrote, what kind of job most aligns with me? Oh, that's fun. I haven't had luck getting a job at all, so I'm wondering if there's somewhere else I should be looking. I'd also love to know when the job will come, if possible. Thank you. Of course. Yeah. Let's see what we got. Let's see. That's exciting. What kind of job most aligns with me? So you're wondering what you should sort of follow. Let's see what we got. What line of work would be the best suited? Woo! Oh my goodness. Okay. That's so funny because so the Two of Cups really wanted to come out, and at the bottom I had saw the Lovers, and I could tell that Spirit really wanted me to get the Lovers, but I said to myself, well, you know, if the Lovers is meant to come out, it'll come out. And then the Two of Cups like flipped out over, and so I'm gonna trust that these were important, and we'll pull a couple more. Okay, thank you very much, Spirit. Alright. Ooh, I knew it! Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Number one. So it's gonna have to do with people's relationships, people's cares and passions. I do, you know, it's okay if you don't feel called for this, V. It's all right. You know, maybe you're not on this path. Maybe you've never thought about this. but it's some food for thought, because it's coming up loud and clear to me that you would be really good at guiding people through relationship issues, okay? So it could be several things. You know, and there's all kinds of cool jobs around that. There's couples therapists, there are couples counselors, you know, if you don't want to get into getting a psychology degree. There are also, you know, just being an advocate for people who are going through tough times in love. You know, and it could also, because the Emperor is here. You know, the Emperor represents being very strong and being there for people. But in my opinion, it feels like you're doing so much for people who are going through a difficult time emotionally and psychologically, okay? And it usually centers around relationships. I know this is so specific, but they, you know, to have the Two of Cups and the Lovers jump out at me and then, you know, jump out of the deck, it just, and the Knight of Swords, I had a feeling it would go this way. And so if a couples therapist just doesn't feel right to you, then you don't have to accept it. But it's hard when the Emperor is coming up, and this is about someone who is a guide. This is somebody who's a wise one. All the Emperor is all of the kings in tarot, and so, you know, they're able to run their own business, but they're also very compassionate, and they're very warm, and they're very thoughtful, but they're confident. I'm sorry about my little kitty. She's really sleepy, and she's ready for me to come to bed. But that's what it feels like to me. Okay, caring for people going through a tough time. You know, maybe you're always there for your friends. Maybe you've noticed that your friends come to you when they have relationship problems. Maybe that's something to look into. All right, let's see what else we got. And it can, you know, it can even be on more of the adult side. Like, some people help couples that are, you know, struggling with adult things. I know someone who does this, by the way, and they're so cool. Okay, anyways. Okay, you asked about having luck getting a job, and that should you be looking? If there's somewhere else you've been looking, well, we already have you applying. We have you trying to plant seeds that will grow. We have you learning how to tend to your garden. And so that's in the past, so that's really nice to see. Let's see what else we get. Ooh, Seven of Pentacles. Taking our time. It's been a while. Okay, I will tell you this. I see you going in a new direction, and it feels like this direction is kind of guided by someone we know. It's almost like this person told us to go this way, and we're like, oh, okay, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Feels a little bit later though. I think for now you're gonna just kind of keep doing what you got going on now, but someone's gonna come in and offer you really good advice and help tell you where to look, you know, tell you where you should be applying, or tell you about an opening. There's something like this. It has to do with social, your networking stuff. And I like it. I see you going in that direction. Let's see what else we get. The High Priestess, the Moon, and the Ace of Wands. It might not turn into much. For now, it's possible that the opening isn't quite open yet. Like, it's a future thing, like someone's about to get promoted, or someone's about to move on, or, you know, someone's planning to retire, you know, whatever the case is. There is an energy of waiting. There is. And then boom, we have an answer. So I think what's gonna go on when it comes to work is you're gonna try some few things, you know, keep up what you got going on now. Someone's gonna be like, hey, you should check this out. And you're like, okay, cool. You apply, you don't hear anything for a little bit, you know, probably around a month. And then boom, you have an opportunity come in for you. And then you get the job. The sun, oh my goodness. Yeah, dude, and then you're moving, and then you're going. So give it about, time, energy is fluid. I say a month, it could be more. Give it about a month, 2 months. Rio, oh, that you like that, V. Thank you very much. Good luck with everything you are endeavoring, and remember that you're never alone and you are loved. See you later. Hey, Racoon, how are you doing? You said hi, Ron. I'd love to get a reading from you, if possible, of course. Of course, thank you for supporting me. I'm currently a tattoo apprentice. Apprentice? Oh my goodness. It's been about 7 months, but I feel like I'm improving really slowly. I really want to succeed in this industry, so lately I've been worried about whether I'll make it. Thank you. Aw, yeah. Let's look into that for you. Oh my gosh. You know, back when I was a little teenager, little teen, I was into my emo stuff. I was a scene kid. I really wanted to be a tattoo artist, and so that's pretty cool. I know a couple tattoo artists, and they really, that's the truth, and they really love it. So that's really cool. I hope, oh my gosh, my kitty cat. Sorry, my kitty cat was having fun with something that wasn't a toy. Okay, let's see what we got. Thank you very much to my guides and Racoon's guides for aiding us in this reading. Let's see what we have. The Hermit card. Yeah, this has you deep in reflection, doesn't it? The High Priestess, but you intuitively know that you can bring this idea into reality. It's interesting because I feel like you inherently understand just how powerful you are, how much you can make it work, how you've seen it. Maybe you've had dreams of you doing it, or maybe you just have this inherent knowing, inner feeling, and deep passion that you can't push down. And it's okay that it's slow. Sometimes, like for example, I remember I went through like a whole year where I felt like I was not improving in my art at all. And I was doing all these commissions, and it's just like, it feels like I'm getting worse. You know, I'm looking at art I did a year ago and it looks better. And so it happens. It happens. It's just natural. It's part of the process. I think what needs to happen for you, Racoon, is to just trust more. You don't need to look for the validation of your peers, of the online space. All you need to do is just allow yourself to not only receive, but also act. Act without wondering, act without apprehension, act without this feeling of, man, what if I can't do this? Because you can. You know, there needs to be, in my opinion, you need to just trust that you can handle it. Because you feel it, and I see that you feel it. I see that you know it. I see that you can see it, right? Like you can envision yourself being successful doing it. Almost like you can taste it. Almost like you're already doing it. You know, that's how powerful this is for you. And, you know, I'm mostly hearing from one of your guides, they're saying, all roads lead to Rome. And so just because this road is a bit difficult, and it's a bit slow, and it's a bit frustrating, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going to get to Rome. Now, I will say one thing. I will say sometimes the people around us, like the energies around us, if they're not supporting our growth, maybe ask yourself if the person you're being an apprentice for is a good teacher. I don't know. I felt like throwing that out there. Okay. Ace of Wands. Yeah, we have a surge of energy coming in for you. Your challenges are... What did I say? Ah! Okay, I don't want to say that the space that you're in is bad or, you know, evil or negative, but your challenge is your peers. Your challenge is the people around you. Okay? The energies that be, the things that are, you know, I mean, it's in your control, but the things that just are supposed to be supporting you, but maybe they're not. And so sometimes it really is the teacher and not the student. And I'm not here to talk poorly about this person. You know, maybe they're a wonderful teacher, but they're just not the best teacher for you. Or maybe it's a wonderful team and they work well together, but maybe not in your case, and that's okay. There's nobody at fault here. We don't have harmony singing here. There's a disharmony. So your advice card from Spirit is a 7 of Pentacles. Is to take your time. This is to be patient and to understand that this will eventually come to a close, and you will feel much more inspired once it is done and over with. Okay? Yeah, oh my gosh, what did I say? I don't know how long an apprenticeship is, but I have a feeling that you thrive best when you're alone and when it's dark. You thrive best when you're alone and it's dark. And so, draw like no one's watching. You know, draw like, act as if you're the owner, like you own the business. Act like you're already the person who's famous for their artwork and has 1 million Instagram followers and all of it, and you know, they're booked for 2 years. That sort of stuff, and make it happen because you have that power inside of you. Yeah. Okay, that's what I have for you, Racoon. I hope that you like that. Good luck with everything you're endeavoring, and remember that you're never alone and you are loved. See you later. Bye-bye. Hey there, Bear. How are you doing? You said, hey, Ron. I hope you're doing well. Thank you. I am a bit anxious lately, especially kind of hard to get back my confidence in myself. Aw. What should I do? Thank you so much. Of course. Oh my gosh. Sorry you're going through it. Here, let me get you. You know, I was gonna pull one of these, but I feel like drawing one of these for you. I was gonna pull from another deck, but then I saw this one, and I was like, well, we gotta use that one. Oh, feels right. Let's do it. Let's see what we get. Oh my gosh, wait. I think I usually shuffle it this way, and that's why it's a little hard. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's see. The Truthful. Aww. So you got The Truthful, and has this very beautiful art, which is a piece, it's a, oh my goodness, I know the artist from the original figure here, but I can't remember all of a sudden. Very beautiful though, and I want to read it for you. I don't always like to read from the deck, but I really like this, so we're gonna do that. The Truthful, number 33. Maybe look for the number 33. It is a sacred number. It's a master number. It's when, you know, when Jesus died. All that fun stuff. Maybe you're seeing threes. Could mean something to you. All right, The Truthful. There you go. Affirmation. I seek my truth and I expect everyone I care about to do so too. And we'll read the heart of the matter. Cultivating the habit of telling the truth to yourself enables you to be truthful with others. Examine your attitude toward telling the truth and your ability to know when others are telling the truth to you. People lie for a myriad of reasons, most of which are based on fear or greed. Even more difficult to discern are those who are telling you what they believe to be true but was in fact false. A highly developed intuitive sense is one of the best ways to guard against those whose words can deceive you and lead you to paths you will regret taking. It is very important to be open to hearing the truth, even if it hurts to hear it. Though it may be unpleasant, the truth can set you free from the illusion of consequences of living a lie. Rather than dismiss out of hand what makes you feel uncomfortable, it is best to open up your mind to the possibility that you are being told may be true, even if it is only true to the point of view of the one who is speaking to you. Being open to this possibility is a sign of respect to both the person who is trying to speak their truth to you and to the divine within us all. So ask yourself, where are you being truthful? And who's not able to handle your truth and who doesn't trust you, you know, even though you're being as honest as you can, because you are a very truthful person. Maybe there's something that we need to share. That's why we're feeling anxious. Maybe there's something that we want to relay. Maybe we're scared that if we do share a truth, if we do speak about what is bothering us, will be a bother to someone else. You know, will be a burden, like, oh my gosh, how could I take their time and take up their space and just give them my feelings when they didn't ask for it, you know, stuff like this. This could be what's coming in, because there's a big energy here about letting yourself become free after just saying what you need to. Alright. Let's see what's incoming. The Hierophant. The Justice card. The Seven of Swords. Yep. The Hierophant is here, and the Justice card is here. Once again, truth. But then we have the Seven of Swords, which is lies, illusions. There's something that you are maybe assuming the worst in. And that's to say, it's funny because they're brought up, you're speaking your perspective of the truth. It's possible that especially as someone who's very honest, who really thinks about the other side of something, you're questioning your own reality. You're questioning if maybe you're the one who's lying. You're questioning if man, maybe I interpreted that poorly. But we need to have more faith in our perspective and to understand that just because you maybe don't know if that's the reality of it, it's very, very real for you. It's very real to how it affects you emotionally. It's real to how it affects your anxiety, your sleep, your stress, your hearts. All of these things are impacted by how you perceive this. And that's real. And so don't try to gaslight yourself into thinking that, oh my goodness, I'm being over dramatic, or I'm overstepping a boundary by even assuming the worst in this person. That's not very friendly of me. Oh my goodness, my kitty cat, come on. Sorry. My kitty she likes to do this to get my attention. She'll sleep on top of my tower, and it heats it up, and it's not good. So anyways, let's see what's challenging you. Ooh, the Princess of Pentacles in reverse. So you might be struggling with taking that first step. Even though you know what the step is. It's I know what I need to do, but I can't do it. Your advice card is the Ten of Wands, to be okay with the responsibility of what comes after. And to understand that you aren't responsible for how people feel. And so understanding what you are responsible for can bring you a lot of peace, which is A, not how they feel, B, not how they react, and C, not what they do to you later in the future. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you're being a good person by what you consider and deem a good person, it's not going to affect you as much as you think. Trust that version of you that's confident and honest and truthful and forthright, because I think that's what you need right now. Channel that energy. What does she look like to you? And have that conversation. Okay, that's what I have there. I hope that you enjoyed that. Good luck with everything you're endeavoring, and remember that you're never alone and you are loved. See you later. Oh my gosh, your time. We're stopping at 33. That's crazy. See ya.